Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Bottle Watch. Well, unfortunately, no one bottled yesterday, but I was very City Boys. We were watching, we were very much watching. However, the Champions League format has just ended the league phase, and it was just a crazy match, like Royal Rumble. You see how Royal Rumble is, where everyone is just packing up each other, like there's only one winner, all you can eat buffet. Well, at first I had my skepticism of the Champions League format. Well, I love the old ones. I'm a person who gets attached to old things much, but right now I'm reconsidering it. I was worried about the injuries, about the squad depth, especially when your team is there. But thank God Chelsea isn't there anyway. But now that I look at it, it has been entertaining so far, and it only gets continue to get mad. Like if you think about it, Bayern, Real Madrid, Man City, and Bayern, Man City, and even Dortmund, the big teams, like the ones that you expect that be on the top eight, are actually fighting for the playoffs. Man City almost got knocked out. If Man City didn't beat Club Brugge, didn't beat, not even a draw, they would have gone home automatically. Now they are still not safe. They are now going to get punished for not making it difficult to qualify because uh, studying how the new format works in the playoffs is that it's being using a seeding format where the bigger teams or the best teams, the best performing teams in that pod, that playoff pods from number 11 to 24. I'm talking about 11, 12, 13, 14. I'll be get drawn with the lower teams, the less performing teams, 24, 24, 23, 22. Now, for example, Man City, for example, are now either going to get Real Madrid or Bayern. That's where the difficulty is because they finished at 22, position 22, and Celtic at 21. So how it works is the 9th, 10th, and 11th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, 12th. Sorry, actually 9 and 10 will be drawn with the 24th and 23rd team. Now, take a look at this. Bayern finished 10th. Real Madrid finished 11th. Now, Bayern will either get between Man City or Celtic, and Real Madrid will either get Man City or Celtic. The draws are yet to be made. I believe they'll be made in like January 31st. Now, because the playoffs are supposed to begin on February 13th. Now, Bayern will get either between Celtic or City, which means, and even that, even if they win, let's say, and being seeded, meaning they have an advantage where the upper team, the better team, or the better placed team will have a home leg advantage. Now that let's say Man City get Real Madrid, Man City will play at home the first leg at Etihad, then the second leg will be played at the Bernabeu because Real Madrid finished in the upper echelon there at the 11th position. Now that's where Man City will have now to really grind out because afterwards they will now have after if they beat Real Madrid, say they beat Real Madrid, now they will have to get the winner will have to get between Leverkusen or Atletico Madrid. That's how it's done. Even the ones who qualified automatically, it's not a guaranteed who's going to get, but they've been given in pods. When Leverkusen now will have to, there will be draws with done before third match because I believe that's where the knockout stage is now. Round of 16 is expected to start. There they will get now the advantage for Man City is that was their perspective. Now the players which they have bought in, the Kusanov, the Mamush, and the other guy, I've forgotten his name. They are now eligible to play for the knockout phases, even the playoffs, because they hadn't been registered. Remember, Mamush was at Frankfurt, was registered under Europa League Frankfurt. Now what happens is before you start the campaign for Champions League campaign, the teams that are supposed to submit their players who are going to participate in the Champions League. That's why Chelsea we had a lot of players so much. We were like overloading the squad. That's why we had Aubameyang not playing for Champions League because we hadn't Porter Rampant hadn't registered him for the campaign. Now you see Mamush and Krosanov can now play because what happens is when you bring now for submission for your squad, it's only until where the knockout phase begin or the group stage. After the group stage, there's a resubmission where the players which you didn't have, you can now include them in. This comes to an exception to the youth players, to the academy players, because the academy are part of the club, but they can be registered in the Champions League. Where the difference is in the league, the home league, like the Premier League, La Liga, is when your player comes from the academy and not gets to the first team, now you have to register them in. That's why you see Barcelona struggling to register Pedri, Gavi, and all that because of financial issues. But in the Champions League, it's different. The youth, the academy players can come in any time as long as there's any time to play in the Champions League, but not overseas players, especially overseas players who are not registered because their teams they were playing for one and even in the Champions League. So good news, Man City, Mamush and Kusanov can now play because your back line and your attack is concerning. Yes, you won about Club Brugge, but it was a tense game. And if you get Bayern and Real Madrid, they won't have mercy on you. And even if you do, you have Atletico. The worst team you can get is Atletico Madrid because they will not show mercy. So like and subscribe. Let's keep getting entertained. Cheers.